Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano, and I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is organic foods, and my mom's with me.
Hi, how are you? I'm good. I hope you're good.
You got a big response last week when you were on.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes me feel real good. I gotta be better today then. It all comes from me, myself. Nobody tells me what to say. Anytime.
Okay. So, I have an article here, Mom.
Yeah.
You're going to help me with this topic. Okay.
Okay.
It's from Time Magazine.
Uh-huh.
Why organic food might be worth the high price.
You're asking me that?
That's what we're talking about today.
Okay.
So we're going to read some of this article and comment on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. Sit up straight, like you told me. Sit up straight.
Okay.
Okay. Look at the camera.
That's better. Okay.
Okay. A new study says.
See, organic food makes you happy because you don't have nothing wrong with you half the time. Well, no, more than half the time.
Yeah.
That's a truth.
How old are you? Tell them how old you are.
I was born in 1938. I'm 78. 38, 78. Something good's going to happen this year. The numbers match.
They do?
Yeah, they do. 38 and 78.
38 and 78.
Well, it just rhymes.
And you just
That's what I mean. It rhymes.
And you just had your birthday on Valentine's Day.
That's right.
Of course, every Valentine's Day is your birthday.
That's
It's
right.
not. It wasn't special this year. Every year.
Every year.
Every year.
Every year. Yeah, 10 years I'll be almost 90. And I'm going to be the same as I am now. Because I take care of myself. I'm my own best friend. Nobody else in this world is but me.
Good.
I have to take care of myself. I want to.
I want you to too.
Why am I going to have to take care of you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll see. Okay.
All right. So, do you think organic food is worth a higher price?
When you think about the price of being sick, going to the doctor, and God only knows what's going to happen and what you're going to be afterwards, by the time to come, oh, it's not even high enough. Not even high enough. Please.
You just went to the doctor.
Yes.
For a full heart.
Yes.
Because you were in the hospital a couple months ago, which I blogged about in the video here.
Yeah, not hospital, just emergency
room.
Because some stupid thing I did.
And they wanted you to do all this testing, and they said you had a heart attack. And
yes.
When we decided to check you out,
yeah.
Because they wanted you to go to another hospital, they wanted to send you in the ambulance.
Oh,
How long were you sitting there? 4 or 5 hours? They didn't give you water. Did they?
Nope.
You were dehydrated in there.
You're
as soon as we gave you water, your blood pressure started falling immediately.
Right.
You were sitting there, you were stressed out, you were dehydrated. The simplest thing like water. And they're trying to give you drugs.
Yes.
To get your blood pressure down, which is the toxin.
Yes.
So we gave you water, and water, what did I say to the nurse? I said, get me 4 or 5 bottles of water. I said, we need water. I said, when was the last time she drank?
I know.
It was ridiculous. So you checked yourself out. The doctor was extremely mad at us.
Oh, yes.
He said we didn't know what we were doing.
Oh, yeah.
He said that it's a huge liability. He said that one indicator to test may say that you had a heart attack.
Yeah.
But you checked yourself out. You're like, I'm not staying here. And they weren't going to tell you, and I helped you do it. And I remember you called me. I said, don't go anywhere. Don't let them put in your ambulance. It's your right to stay there. It's your right to go home. It's your right to do whatever. Don't go anywhere.
Right.
Well, you went and got all your heart work done, right?
I got it done.
You got it all done. What did the doctor say to you?
The heart doctor. Oh, he said nothing is wrong with my heart. It's got perfect rhythm. The blood flows good. I have no clogged arteries. Nothing. He says, I have the heart of a young person. Well, if you did what I did and took care of yourself like I did, you would too. But what I did that night, I did a lot of cleaning for 2 days. And I smelled a lot of mold and a lot of whatever it was that was in the bags and the boxes. And it bothered my breathing. So I got a little scared. I said, I better go to the emergency room. Just see.
Yeah, when you can't breathe, it's scary.
And I told them. And, oh, you're having a heart. Oh, please.
They said you're...
Oh, please. Oh, that's... I said, I told you what I did. And he looked at me stupid like, huh? Huh?
They wanted to send you in a hospital, in an ambulance to another hospital.
Oh, yes.
And said that you most likely they told me most likely you had a heart attack.
Yeah.
And they kept pressuring us because I called some other healthcare professionals that I know. To get a second opinion. So it wasn't me just making this decision.
No.
I called qualified other medical practitioners and said, "What, this is what happened to my mom. These are her test results. This is what's happening here right now. What is your opinion on this?" Because it's just a lot of these times you go, and granted, I'm not bashing hospitals. I'm not bashing Western medicine because there's a place for it. If you cut your finger, they're going to sew you up, and that's great. If you're in a car accident, they're going to patch you up. That's fantastic. But when you
Those
start
are ordinary things.
But when you start talking about
right.
degenerative diseases,
Yeah,
chronic
yeah.
diseases like heart disease and cancer, that's where the system fails drastically because they're just going to administer drugs and procedures like chemo and radiation that really aren't that they're going to really destroy you. And the drug after drug after drug is it's a money-making machine for the pharmaceutical industry. But let's get back to food.
Okay.
Why organic food might be worth the high price. Time magazine. This is from February 2016. A new study says organic food has many advantages. The infamous fact that organic food, the most infamous fact about organic food is that it's expensive. About 47% more expensive, according to a recent analysis from Consumer Reports. But a new study published in Nature Plants analyzed everything research currently knows about organic farming versus conventional and found that organic offers a lot of good that outweighs the sticker shock. Now this is common sense, people. You don't need some kind of elaborate study to say, hey, you're buying food that doesn't have chemicals, doesn't have pesticides, doesn't have funky stuff in it, that doesn't have genetically modified organisms, it doesn't have or hormones, antibiotics, whatever it is. You're buying something that's pure.
So why does it cost more then?
Because
Why?
that's a good question.
Who's making the money?
That's a good question.
We're putting all that crap in the food for.
Because what happens with conventional farming, a lot of it's subsidized.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the government actually pays. The government actually pays farmers to grow corn, wheat, soybeans. They pay farmers to grow all this stuff, and it's subsidized. And it's mass produced. So, for example, the farms have really got to a point where they can just massively output food, but at a high cost or conventional at a high cost of destroying the land. They can just spray the chemicals and spray this and fertilize, and they just destroy the soil. The organic farmer has to take more care. It's not that it might be cheaper to organic farm. Your yield might be less. But
No, it takes more work, I think. Because you have to pay attention.
You have to pay attention.
You have to pay attention.
Right.
The other you don't.
Now, granted, some organic
God.
farms aren't doing the right thing. Some organic farms are monocropping. They're spraying copper. They're doing things that aren't really, so organic as far as, true organic. See, the organic symbol, that organic certification is designed by big companies, so big companies can play the game. Else, if big companies couldn't play the game, there'd be no money in it for it. So that's what happens. Big companies influence these boards. The big companies get on these boards and help write the regulations for organic certification, and then all of a sudden these certifications are dual purpose because now they're serving the big corporations that want to produce and get in the game.
Yeah.
So when you go to a farmer's market, you meet with a guy who's doing organic in the farmer's market, it's always better than the organic you're going to buy from a bigger company from the store that's mass produced, that's shipped across the country. It's always going to be better. No questions about that. They might ship across the country some really cool niche organic farm or something like that.
Yeah.
But as a general rule, go to the farmer's market, you can get higher quality organic, fresher. You're going to get somebody who's crop rotating. You're going to get somebody who cares about his own soil because he lives there. He lives on his own soil, so he's not going to spray that. So when organic farming first began, it was de-riddled and idealistic as inefficient way of feeding people. Not surprisingly, there was a little research about it. There were just a handful of studies back in the 80s, says John Regnauld, professor of soil science and agroecology at Washington State University and co-author of this new study. Regnauld has been studying organic agriculture for more than 30 years. At the turn of the century, it just skyrocketed. Now there are probably about 1,000 studies, he says. I remember the first time I was asked about organic. I really wasn't up on organic until like the late 90s, 98, 99. That's only 17 years ago. If I had to put it in one sentence, organic agriculture has been able to provide jobs, be profitable, benefit the soil and environment, and support social interaction between farmers and consumers. Reginald says, in some ways, there are practices in organic agriculture that really are ideal blueprints for us at feeding the world in the future. Now, there's been lots of studies now done. Rodale Institute has some great studies that, the more you take care of your soil, the more you take care of your land, it doesn't matter if there's a drought or not, because what happens is you've trained your plants and your soil to work in harmony. So if there is a drought, organic soil is going to hold water better. If there is a drought, organic plants stick their roots farther deeper into the soil. Okay, especially like apple trees, stuff that
yeah.
right? And especially when it comes to winemaking, vineyards, when it comes to plants that are like that, you've trained these plants to dig deeper and deeper and deeper to tap that water table better. So if there is a drought, they might not be affected.
There is water way down deep anyway. So it's like the plants themselves know what to do. They reach down, and they don't have anything that's stopping them from
The
doing
plants know what to do. Like we live right here on the Shawangunk Ridge.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if there's a drought. It doesn't matter if it's the humidest month out there in August. We still always have great blueberries.
Oh, yes.
We always
Oh,
have great
yes.
blueberries. The plants know what to do. The plants on that mountain right there at 2,000 feet in elevation
Well, they're accustomed to
know exactly what to do.
They're accustomed to the weather. All plants like that are accustomed to the weather.
But once you start fertilizing and once you start
Right.
cheating the soil,
Then they
you
get
train,
used to it. And then if you don't do it,
it's like your kids. You start over-medicating them.
Oh, yeah.
Their immune system becomes weaker and weaker because you're over-medicating them, and now you're having problems. So what do these farmers do? Well, then they just keep throwing stuff on. They just keep throwing more stuff on to overcompensate as opposed to taking care of the soil. So organic agriculture may be a little more intensive. It may take more dedication from a farmer.
It does. It takes more work. Not hard work, but you got to pay attention.
But I even know people at home where they'll just rather spray weed killer
Yeah,
than
yeah.
pick weeds
Oh,
in their garden.
Oh, please.
But the
Yeah.
neat thing about organic agriculture, especially biodynamic agriculture, is you're teaching plants and everything to work in harmony. So, for example, instead of growing weeds, you want to grow some kind of cover crop, or you want to grow things in between the aisles. So when it does rain, you don't have erosion. So the ground is being held in by roots. So there's something that's always right.
Oh.
And in the wintertime, they'll grow cover crops. They'll grow barley or something, and they'll just till that back into the ground for the nitrogen or whatever that it's getting goes back into the soil. It's like composting.
Yeah.
So, but the big thing here in organic is you're not getting chemicals and you're getting more nutrients because plants absorb the nutrients that are in the soil. If you have healthier soil, if you have more nutrient-dense soil, you're going to have more nutrient-dense produce. And I know there's studies out there that say, oh, there's no difference, there's no difference, there's no difference. There is a difference. This is common sense, people. Better soil, better plants. The winemakers know this. The winemakers have known this for 1,000 years. It's all about the terroir. It's all about nurturing the soil. You have better soil, you have better grapes, you have better wine, you can charge more money. That's the bottom line. These people know that, okay? Same thing with plants, with vegetables and fruits. The better the soil, the better the quality.
Their vitamin content.
The better their vitamin content.
They're full of vitamins.
The longer they sit on the vine, the longer they sit attached to the plant, the longer they absorb sunlight, the more vitamins they're going to have, the more enzymes they're going to have,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
the more nutrition it's going to have. So, you can have a tomato with 8 minerals or you can have a tomato with 56 minerals. So, if you're going to tell me that I can get a tomato at twice the price that has 4, 5, 6 times the amount of minerals, that's a bargain, isn't it? For twice the price?
It's good for my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You eat a
Oh.
tomato a day, don't you?
Oh, I eat one a day every day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Without
yeah.
fail,
Because
you
of
do.
the lipoline. I don't care. Yeah, eat every day. Every day. Don't take no pills.
So-
I want the real stuff.
So it's sometimes it's hard because this does cost money. You want to be cheap, right?
I'll be cheap about other stuff, but not about what goes in my body. Not what goes in my body, because God gave me a good body, and I like it. You have to like yourself or you don't care.
Right.
Bottom line.
Right. Anything else about this?
No.
No?
I'm glad. I'm just glad to be part of this, but oh well.
If you want to see my mom on more videos, please leave a comment. Please leave a comment. She's here every day.
Nobody tells me what to say, dear heart. I'm going to say what's right. Listen, I'm going to be 100, and I'm going to look the same, be the same, because I got lots I want to do. Good stuff. Life is wonderful. The only life you got is right here. Take care of it, because no one else will.
Awesome. Thanks for watching. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and definitely pass it on.